the candles flicker, the dungeon's deep, the shadows thicker. A hero's tale in every line. Grab your sword, it's questing time. Roll the dice tonight, oh, roll the dice. Fate's a gamble, risk the price. Roll the dice tonight, oh, roll the dice. One more turn could change your life.
All right, well, let's get this going, shall we?
Hopefully with better luck than last.
Yeah, seriously. Well, I'm not on call, so that'll be good. Don't have to worry about that.
That was about the most lousy time it could have been.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Mind you, we could have got another 20 minutes in and got into the thick of things and... Right, roll initiative. Oh, shit.
That's work,
I mean,
guys.
Tim could pretend to be in a tunnel and say, like, I'll got back in 5 minutes, and then we could at least play for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if my 9-to-5er would have appreciated that, but especially since I think my supervisor may or may not end up a follower at some point. Don't know.
Ah. Well.
Yeah,
Murder hoboing does not pay the rent, unfortunately.
No, not yet. Hopefully, one day. Speaking of personal things like paying the rent, how are things going in this wonderful new year? We're about a week in now. You guys given up on your resolutions yet?
Nope.
I'm still keeping mine because my resolution was to make no resolutions.
No, sounds like you already broke it then.
Mine was to post more squirrels.
Oh, I know you're definitely doing that.
Yeah, definitely keeping up with that.
Yeah. That simple man of simple needs. Just more useless squirrel photos.
Very nice. Very nice.
My resolution is so far out that I still have time to feel good about the possibility.
Okay.
It's just same shit, new calendar.
Do you care to share your resolution, or?
Yeah, so I've been doing kickboxing for a couple months, and so my resolution is to have my first fight this year. So I still got 12 and a half months to go, or 11 and a half. But I don't think it's going to be like when I say fight, it'd be like sparring with gear, most likely. I'm not trying to go UFC or anything like that.
Okay,
It's an exhibition thing.
Just go full Jake Paul and put on a wig and join the elderly division with some gray dye in your beard and gray wig on your head and join the elderly division.
Yeah, get my ass beat by someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to get into a fight this year, and my mind instantly went to Fight Club, and I'm just seeing you standing outside your office with a hose, waiting for somebody to walk by and knock a book out of their hand and start hosing it down.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
In the city I live in, and the fact that I like to walk around downtown, it's a daily opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, just if you're fighting in the elderly division, a kick to the hip will end the fight in a hurry.
Is there an elder division? Because that actually might be just my speed.
Yeah, there probably is, because I know in jiu-jitsu tournaments there's like the over 35, because once you get over 35, you can't keep up with a young dude just constantly spamming guard transitions on you.
Maybe I should volunteer to teach kickboxing at my mom's nursing home. That could be a good time.
Guaranteed to win those fights.
I wonder if I can get federal funding for that.
Yeah, when I was working in a security setting and I had someone run towards me, and I just pivoted and kicked them with like the point of my toe into their calf and like knotted it up and watched them like fall over.
Hey, I do, if you guys don't mind, I do have a prayer or good vibes request for you guys. And it's going to sound silly, but I'm serious. There's this Iranian girl that reads tarot who has a business in my same kind of little neighborhood with fake boobs, and she wants me to take her shooting. And so temptation is high. And I need all the strength I can get to prevent repeating history.
Yeah. Okay, so
Is this the same as my I don't date blondes rule?
Probably so. Like everything I just described are things that are on my I don't date list.
Yeah,
They're
I'll
also-
pray for you, my guy.
They're also all the things that I'm strangely attracted to. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll pray for you, my guy.
I was about to say your don't date rules. Sounds
It's
like
a
you're
new
just
list.
you're almost describing your ex, other than
Yeah,
the fake boobs.
Yeah, that's how you develop the don't date list rule
Yeah.
criteria. You just take your worst ex and like everything that was her, you put it on the don't date list until you know.
Ah,
It's a new list based on experience.
okay.
Like, so yeah, it took me like 2 blondes before I developed the do not date blondes list.
I guess I just oversimplified because my list was stay out of the trailer park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, and I did that one. I was like, but then blondes, and then it had to advance past that.
Yeah, blondes in a trailer park. That's the worst you can do.
Ugh,
Yeah, exactly.
double jeopardy.
And if you know anything about like my family history and stuff, like finding someone to date was already hard enough just for the simple fact that I have over 350 cousins on just my dad's side alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what your family
So-
likes to do for fun.
Yeah, like 2 Irish families with like I got 8, 9 uncles on each side. So yeah.
Each of them with 15 kids.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it's just like that's just like so then when you get into like second, third, and like whole neighborhoods where like in the 1800s they were all like pretty much intermarrying like constantly.
Howard Johnson
Like,
is
yeah, I
right
can't-
about Bradley Johnson being right.
Yeah, so it's like can't date that neighborhood, can't date that town.
Okay, and with that, we're going to take our commercial break.
Brought to you by Iranian fake titties.
Aoethera, a world of ancient magic, steam-driven technology, and fragile alliances, where secrets hide in every shadow and betrayal lurks in every pact. A war is brewing. Cities tremble. The world teeters on the edge of ruin. Will you rise to save it? Or fall? Steel yourselves for the Cataclysm. Cataclysm is a 2-book epic adventure set in a new world of magic and steam, built for those who seek renown. Explore Aoethera with 79 unique maps, 32 illustrated NPCs, and new monsters in the bestiaries of both books. Aoethera Cataclysm by CritHeads Gaming, exclusively on DriveThruRPG.com. Last time, in Aoethera, our party of intrepid adventurers made the voyage from Undagoro to Isvewul. And for the most part, the trip was uneventful, save for one abyssal octarch that nearly dragged Scotty to the depths. However, with a well-placed hammer swing and some quick thinking on Rosie's part, sending Bud to go teleport him out of the jaws of the abyssal octarch, they were able to save Scotty from certain frigid doom. At which point, some wet clothes were stripped out of, and some blankets piled on, and Scotty finally found out he is married. So Amber and Scotty did what married couples do to consummate and make it official, and the rest of the trip was relatively uneventful, as the party was able to notice and recognize signs of further abyssal octarches and actually prevent the attacks. The plan that they settled on as they approach Isvewul is for Amber to sneak in disguised as a elven soldier, shadow Queen Ravina for a little while to learn her habits and tricks, then assassinate her and take her place, at which point the party will make contact with Sir Arthur Stonefist, let him know that the target is handled, that Amber has taken her place, and that she, as Queen Ravina, is going to sign a peace treaty to end the war. And that is where we pick up. So, I will get some music going. And I assume there has not been any further changes to the plan, that everybody is still pretty satisfied with all that.
I don't know. Seeing how Delta did it, we're going to have to maybe come up with a new plan.
Okay, so what if we built an exact replica of the palace and trained in it for months, and then got a bunch of helicopters to fly us in?
Exactly. That's what Delta did.
I mean, let's roll fate first. Let's let's see if you have enough fate die to even attempt that.
Ooh, nope. But if I have to roll, probably going to be the first thing I roll is going to be a 20.
I got a 6 on my roll.
Okay. All right, so that's
We just
3.
knock out the power, then we wake her up from her sleep. Easy peasy.
3 for me, and 2 for you guys. All right, so I'm going to have to say that 2 dice is not enough to retcon saying that you guys trained for months while sailing en route, and there's definitely no Blackhawks to shuttle you onto the objective. Sorry.
How about a growler?
Nope.
No Chinooks?
Nope. Nope.
Not even at least one inept FBI agent?
Maybe a useless intern that only runs for coffee and get things from the printer.
We can work with
Okay.
that.
What would it take just to switch out her royal guard with Cubans?
The CIA.
Yeah, they keep trying to hire me for some strange reason. They keep telling them no.
You might be missing your call. Okay, so assuming there's no changes to the plan, then we will move on. You guys approach the shores of Isvewul, and Isvewul comes into sight, the city itself. And as you guys sail in, Amber says, "Okay, I guess this is go time." And she runs her hand down her face, taking on the outward appearance of a elven special forces soldier. And when she's done with that, she looks to Kreth and says, "Okay, I guess take as many to the Shadow Plane as possible. Alaris, you're with me. You'll be my bodyguard.
Everyone's coming with me. Gather around.
You have no idea what you just said there.
Fucking goddamn! I don't know what.
Everyone gather around.
Yep.
No, nothing. Just a lot of static.
He said,
Christ, I don't know what's going on.
Burger Place Clown Head. I got this.
He said, "Raw."
He said, everyone gather around.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, so I switched it back to voice activation because for some reason apparently more background noise, but when I talk, it's better. From what I can tell.
Okay.
Well, at least we can hear you now.
Yeah. I think push to talk would be not.
Gotcha.
God damn it.
All right, so Kreth, you cast that spell where everyone shifts into the Shadow Plane, and just like everyone else has already kind of felt out their powers a little bit as magic was born into the world when the PTN bomb went off, and for Kreth, you kind of noticed it a little bit on Ungar when you cast the same spell. But being out here in the ocean, you're not in any danger right now. You can focus in a little bit more, and it just feels like static just covers your skin when you step into this shadow realm. And the spell goes off without a hitch, and it doesn't take very long for the ship to pull into harbor at Isvewul. And you guys pull into harbor, and you look around. And as you scout the elven capital, nestled on the verdant eastern continent, you're struck by a city that fuses Gothic spires with the relentless churn of technological ingenuity. Isvewul is a sprawling metropolis where ancient elven elegance collides with the hiss of steam engines and the grind of brass and steel gears. Towering cathedrals of blackened iron and stained glass loom over cobblestone streets. Their gargoyle-adorned facades are etched with glowing runes that pulse like circuit veins, while small personal airships dock at elevated spires, belching smoke into the misty sky. The air hums with the clatter of clockwork automations traversing the thoroughfares, their porcelain faces bearing elven features. The scent of ozone mingles with blooming nightshade from rooftop hydroponic gardens. Elven citizens navigate through the chaotic streets in tailored greatcoats. As the city forges roar day and night, crafting weaponry to fuel the war against the Alliance Militarium. Militarization permeates every corner, with squads of elven soldiers marching in disciplined formations along with Sentinel 2s. They sweep through the streets, stopping refugees or outsiders of all ancestries for interrogation. Propaganda banners flutter from lampposts proclaiming eternal vigilance for the pureblood and safety therefore beneath their rule. The central citadel, a Gothic behemoth of riveted steel and soaring buttresses, dominates the skyline, its clockwork heart visible through massive glass walls where massive gears turn ceaselessly. Beneath the surface glamour, tensions simmer, as whispers of Mulvic burning hint at the war's toll. Yet Isvewul stands defiant, a fortress of innovation and unyielding elven supremacy amidst the encroaching shadows of a war they started. So, you guys make your way down the street, following Amber. And let me grab a token for y'all. I don't know where it went. I had a good one for you guys. Oh well. Guess I'll just grab a random one. Oh, there it is. Okay. So. You guys follow Amber through the streets, and when you get to this building over here, she nods at it to let Alars know that's the one. And you guys head in. And it is a museum, and it is practically empty. There is a young lady sitting behind the front desk, and she is asleep. She's not paying attention to anything at all. You can tell that this museum just does not get a whole lot of visitors or interaction. And Amber guides Alaris to a large wooden door that says custodian on it. And the assumption being that it's just a supply closet. And she pricks her finger with a small little pin that she pulls out of a pocket. And she places her finger on the door. And after a couple of seconds, you hear click as the door unlocks. And she opens the door. Her and Alaris walk through and close the door behind them. And you find a soundproof room with cots and basic supplies that someone would need to lay low for about 2 weeks. And you guys that are on the shadow plane, you can't hear her, you can't communicate with her really, you can only communicate with each other, but she does mouth towards the center of the room, it's safe. So what do you guys do? Do you come out of the shadow realm, or?
Yeah.
Right, allow me to be a bit of a pain in the ass at the moment, because I was distracted. Taking the time to set the cameras up into the new stream format.
Okay.
So my attention was divided. We are all present, yes?
That is correct.
Right, okay.
All together.
I would like to take the time to case the whole entire place while no one can see me.
Okay, yeah. So, you wander through the entire museum, and it is your typical museum. It is built almost like a spiral. So you start on the outer wall, and you spiral your way in and up all at the same time. And it goes up about 5 stories. And it's all about the history of Aoethera, starting with the goddess Haley, and how Haley gave birth to the elves first, and she loves the elves above all other deities, or above all other ancestries. And it's just, it's pure like elven supremacy, propaganda, like BS. Well, perhaps BS. They believe it anyway. You being human, you think it's BS.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to try to mark in my mind any kind of thing that the elves would culturally value that couldn't be replaced, and make a note for me to destroy that before I leave.
Okay. All right.
Scotty
Yeah.
would like to. I mean, nobody knows he's there, which is a bit of a problem. So I can't really ask somebody to get me something. But I'd like to try and find some sort of recent history on the Queen and the history of the royal family. That way I can sort of be there to sort of nudge Amber if she starts getting facts wrong. So I just remember her daddy used to like horses, and not in the right way.
Well, Rosie is exploring the museum. You could definitely explore with her, or since you and Rosie are both on the shadow plane, you two can talk. So you guys can't talk to Amber or Alaris because they're on the physical plane. But you guys can talk amongst yourselves on the shadow plane.
Scotty's figuring we're here for a while, so I'm looking for stuff to read.
So while they're doing that, Vlad's also going to be exploring the museum, but he's looking for a place where he could potentially take a sniper's position.
Okay. All right. So in the museum, there is a bell tower. You can absolutely make your way up there. At the top of that bell tower, it's pretty breezy. It's pretty open. You're not really going to be able to move around a whole hell of a lot. There's not really a whole lot of cover, but it's certainly better than nothing. Scotty, as you kind of do your self-tour of the museum, you make your way all the way to the top, and you do find some more recent information on the Queen. And what you find basically details that she was a Malvik. She survived the sieges of Malvik during the Great War, that she was a child. But she lost her mother during the first siege to starvation, her sister to disease. Then the Sentinels broke the siege of Malvik, and her father got to work helping rebuild the walls, all the battle damage, and trying to improve Malvik so that it could never be sieged again. While rebuilding the walls, the humans came back, this time with the dwarves. And rather than laying a full-on siege like they did, the humans besieged the city as the dwarves were making their way across the Eld Bridge. Once the dwarves got there with their tanks and siege engines, they just plowed right through the walls. Queen Ravina's father was working on one of the walls, and when the dwarven siege engine crashed through, it ran her father over. So after the war, she made her way to Isvewul and became a maid in the king's service, or rather in the queen's service. The treaties were signed, and the kings became barons to take a lesser title to kind of humble themselves, so that they would all rule jointly. And the queen at that time fell ill. And it was a very strange illness, but, you know, it moved fast, and it killed her before they could really figure out what it was. And Queen Ravina became the king's primary source of comfort, now the Baron. After a little while, the Baron married her, making her the Baroness, and it was sometime after that the Baron fell sick to the same illness as the late queen and passed on just as quickly, leaving Baroness Ravina in charge. Further
That
reading...
seems a bit like a coinky dink.
Yeah, just a little, huh? And from that moment on, she rallied the elven spirit, and this is where the propaganda kind of takes over, and reminded the people of their pride and that they didn't need to subjugate themselves to their conquerors, and that the elves are blessed and loved above all others, and that all others will come to accept that the elves should be in charge soon. And that's pretty much the gist of what you get.
Random weird questions.
Yeah, go for it.
So the only person in this museum is the person asleep.
Yes.
Where would they keep their lunch?
So there is a drawer in the bottom of their desk that is actually a little mini fridge. So you pull the drawer out.
Cooler?
Yeah.
Is there a water cooler or a coffee pot?
There is a coffee pot on a little table behind her, but it is empty. It looks like it has not been used in years.
Okay. So there goes that plan. Okay, so I won't get her today, but eventually I will. All right.
Right, so is Scotty able to spot where the propaganda starts kicking in what he's just read?
Give me an intelligence check.
Because what I am thinking is that it's a museum, so there's going to be stuff around that isn't necessarily on display, but might tell a more truthful account. So, oh, jeez. Oh, wait, that was a save.
Oh, yep, I see that. Go ahead and reroll. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, it's all true. Even the propaganda, you're buying it, hook, line, and sinker. You're like, hey, look at this. It looks like Haley favors the elves. Maybe they should be in charge.
I'm just a farm laddie. I didn't know these sort of
let
things.
The barbarian read.
But if it's written down, it must be true. I mean, who'd take the time to write something down if it was a load of bullshit?
I wrote down on a sheet of paper, you owe me all your gold. Here you go.
Aye, well, that must be true, but I haven't got any.
Well, as soon as you get some, remember you owed all to Rosie.
Aye, assuming you survive, lad. We still got to go back on the boat, and you're looking like more and more like an anchor every day.
I would not recommend trying to throw me overboard.
Aye, lad, well, when I do, you won't know much about it, except for you're very wet.
Changing designation. Scotty. Frenemy.
I didn't know what that is, but whatever.
All right, so Ryan, what is Creth doing?
I can try that. Trouble.
Okay, still having issues. No worries.
He said something about he needs to procure a gerbil.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I got
Armageddon!
info that apparently, hopefully, my it will be in between 1 to 4.
Cut out after 1 to 4. I'm going to assume minutes.
I wish.
All right. But considering where we live, probably days.
Hours. Luckily.
You do.
All right. So, while you guys all do your thing, Amber's going to turn to Alaris and tell him, which none of y'all are there to witness, so there's a little bit of meta knowledge. Maybe Kreth is hanging out. She'll say, okay, I'm going to go infiltrate the Queen's Guard. You guys hang out here. I will come give updates as soon as I can. And he's just like, okie dokie. And she leaves. Go ahead.
Is there any way that we possibly can communicate from inside the Shadow Realm? Write something on a piece of paper that would like suddenly appear on a table.
Ooh.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had a telepathy spell or some sort of cantrip like that, maybe.
Yeah, because if you can... Because you can go through
if I saw
walls.
that, we can leave.
Sorry. Go ahead, Kreth.
If I see she's about to leave, I'd probably put out of the Shadow Realm. Inspiration.
Okay. All right. Inspiration is a D8, is that right?
It depends on my level. Let me check real quick.
Okay.
If he pops
level,
up, does that mean
level
the spell
15,
ends
you
and
should
we all
be a
pop
D8.
out?
Oh, no. Just, you pop out when you want, basically.
Okay, cool.
And you said that was a D8, sorry?
D12.
D12. Oh, hot
Ooh,
damn.
even nicer.
I'm inspired by that.
Last strange, weird question. Was there anything hanging over her head or anything, like a chandelier or anything?
Not directly over her head. However, in the center of the entrance, and she's kind of off to the side, but in the center of the entrance, there is a crystal... Oh, shit, excuse me. There is a crystal chandelier.
Okay, I'll remember that for the day we decide to go loud.
Okay. And yeah, there's plenty of flammables. Like, you could easily set this whole building on fire when it's time.
Nice.
Not that anyone would.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like...
It'd be-
I did the math. This is Rosie's math. For every 2 halflings, 1 elf has to die. So, and how many humans and elves were in the town that they destroyed is how many elves I have to either destroy houses or kill to balance out the nature of the thing.
That's like super racist.
It's the, in Rosie's mind, it's by height. So 2 halflings on each other's shoulders equals 1 elf in height. So for every 2 halflings, 1 elf.
All right. I mean, mathematically, that seems to check out.
Yeah, I mean, I could put them in a bathtub and see, if they're about the same weight and buoyancy, but I ain't got time for all that. So she just said, we'll do it by height.
Do they weigh the same as a duck?
And who are you who are so wise in the ways of science?
Nah.
I tried. Tim won't let me summon a duck.
We're just not there yet. No battle ducks.
Well, after Vlad found the bell tower, he went back to the custodian closet.
Oh god, now I've got to make a battle duck, haven't I?
Came out of the Shadow Realm.
You more have to worry about anti-personnel porcupines.
So, does Vlad come out of the Shadow Realm before or after Amber leaves?
It depends on how long she hung around, as opposed to how long it took for Vlad to find the bell tower.
Okay. All right.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Scotty would have come out just before she left and say, "You keep yourself safe, lass, and if you need anything, just send up a flare."
Right? You got it. So yeah,
So I
Vlad.
guess.
Yeah, everybody can come out of the Shadow Realm while she's still there. That's
Yeah.
so
We're in a secret room that nobody goes into.
exactly. It's
I gotta
used-
keep a robot wolf, occupied for like 2 weeks. This should be fun.
Yeah. Establish a pea corner, I guess.
Robot, just power him down for a bit.
Well, that's why I wanted to know about that coffee pot and where they keep their lunch.
Yeah. So the wolf isn't full robot. It does need to eat, and it does need to go to the bathroom.
That's going to be a problem.
If you were to well, so does Morio. So
Does it piss pure battery acid?
no.
Because that could be useful.
That's only in Nightmare on Elm Street.
If it pisses on itself, it might short out its leg, though.
Yeah.
Oh, so it'd do that thing that when you rub a dog's stomach and you get that special spot, the leg just sort of goes skits.
I guess Holaris and Amber will get to, be a dog walker for me.
Well, Amber is infiltrating the Queen's Guard, so...
We put emotional support animal on the side. She just carries it to work with her. It'll be okay.
All right, so Scotty, you come out, you tell her to keep herself safe. If you have any problems, send up a flare. She says, yeah, of course. But don't worry, I've got this. She shoots you a wink and steps out.
I know you do. I know you do, but,
Does she actually have a flare? Woo!
details.
Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. You don't know.
I'm sure she'd find something.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to give her some whiskey and a rag and a match. She needed it just in case.
Yeah, as you offer that to her, she declines. Well, she takes the whiskey, takes a sip of it, and then hands it back and says, "That's good stuff. But if I need you guys, I will find a way to get you. Don't worry."
Can I give her a shopping list?
Scotty's now grinning at her, going, "I will make a Scotsman of her yet."
Yeah. Depends on how big the list is. What do you need?
Mostly, I'm going to write down some poisonous, like spices and plants that you can find at most vendors for not really for eating, but more for the beauty of it. Nightshade's pretty, just don't eat it kind of thing. And see if she can buy me some herbs and spices.
Oh, I will definitely do that.
Unfortunately, I'm out of money, so he's
Hey,
going to have to pay out of pocket.
I'm about to be the queen. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
You know what? That's a good plan. So, yeah, I'm just going to give her a list of some stuff like that. And some stuff that, if burned, will make a heavy, thick smoke.
Okay. Yeah, she pockets the list happily. Then looks at Vlad and says, "All right, big guy, bring it in. Hug time."
Do not hug. Do your best not to die until our mission is complete.
You sure? Not even this once?
Can I put on the
Hey,
list of
go on,
things
lad.
for the wolf?
You know you wanna.
I still do not trust you to not stab me in the back,
Fair.
he says wryly with a little bit of a smile and a wink.
I'm sure after all this time, lad, you know she'd stab you in the front if she were going to do it at all.
I think she knows her chances of success would be far reduced.
It's more a symbolic thing than to do any real damage.
I will give you what the kids call a fist bump.
So that's canon now. Fist bumps in Aoethera.
Yeah. Can I retcon that list to include a dog chew toy and a bone? So that way
Oh, what happened to your femur?
I don't want it to be completely useless as a weapon, just in case.
Yeah. She's
And I
just
don't
like,
think you want me. I don't think you want me going downstairs and getting another skeleton from the person working the front desk.
Well, the more the dog chews it, the sharper it gets.
Yeah, but it's a club. I don't need the short handle.
you want to keep a club, not make it a spear.
Exactly. And I can
It'll be
imagine.
more
How,
like a shiv after all.
I'm just imagining how strong this thing's bite force is if it can bite in and gnaw on a giant femur.
It's pretty freaking powerful. I mean, his lower jaw is mechanical, so it's got some hellacious bite force.
So if he was, say, bit down on something and my wildfire spirit teleported it, would what's in its mouth go with him, or would it stay on the person?
It would stay on the person, but it's possible the person might end up going with.
Ooh, fun.
Possible, mind you.
Roll
Not,
a D100.
not guaranteed.
Oh, that's still fun.
Yep. So, all right.
I do most of this for the lulls.
We'll leave it up to the dice how many lulls it'll be. All right, so Amber will then turn to Krath and wink at him and say, "Thanks for the inspiration. I'll check back in as soon as I can."
I know. Riley one. Just make sure you come back in one piece.
Oh, that's the plan. And she'll just give everybody one last look before she slips out the door and heads out. And the rest of the day passes. What do you guys do? You guys just hang out playing cards or what?
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to be training the puppy dog.
Scott, you'd be looking for more stuff to read.
Oh, bloody hell.
Okay. Mort, go ahead and give me your animal handling.
Yeah.
And Vlad, what are you trying to teach Moriel?
Oreo's learning flank. That's 2 successes and 2 fails.
Okay. Oh, hot damn.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you teaching Fido?
It's kind of complex. I'm teaching it Fido how to play dead, and then when someone checks on it to see if he's actually dead, to like lunge for the jugular.
Okay.
What does it do if they just poke him with a stick?
He's still going to lunge for the jugular because Wolf's got hops, yo.
Okay. All right. So, with that 29, you absolutely succeed. Vlad, with that 5, you try to teach Morio, you said flank?
I think so. I'm double checking. But yes, I believe that's what Orio's learning currently.
Okay. So, obviously, didn't really work. So, you try to get him to flank, and he just kind of looks at you like, what? What the hell is that? Then he sits down, stretches his hind leg out, and starts grooming himself.
Oh, flank, lad, flank, not wank.
Now,
Wolf was much better at this than you.
Morio just does not even care. Doesn't even look at you when you say that.
Just basic cat behavior.
Yep. All right, Scotty, what kind of deals are you, like, what kind of reading material are you looking for?
Anything history or maybe some... started to get the idea into his head that he'd want to see what they might have on. I want to say the Faceless ones, but I'm getting confused with Game of Thrones.
The Nameless.
The Nameless, yes, correct. See if he comes across anything to do with them. Because it's just dawned on him that so far the only things that he knows about them are what Amber's told him, and she could be forgetting stuff or deliberately getting stuff wrong. Any number of things. So he's going to look to see what he can find for himself.
Okay. So, I will tell you, there is not a lot, but give me a history check. Let's see if you find anything at all.
Press the right button this time. That's only a +1.
Okay, that's a pretty good roll. All right, so you do find a couple of excerpts. The first thing you find is that the Jaguar Kith that assassinated King Bisdain, the Human King, it's theoried that he was a nameless assassin. But that's never been proven. The other thing that you find is that, and it basically just kind of supports what Amber's already told you, that they're somehow tied into the Order of the Secret Veil, which is the cult of Osoroshi. That they seem to recruit almost exclusively from that cult. But again, none of this has ever been substantiated. Nobody can seem to prove anything about it.
Well, that rabbit hole would then lead Scotty to go and look for anything that he can find on said cult.
Okay. Now that, you can definitely find more on. So, the Order of the Secret Veil is a loose, decentralized network. You find a little like pamphlet, just a little one-page article write-up on them from somebody who claims that they were in it and broke free of it. And what that article says is that they basically prey on the downtrodden, and they try to get the people who have had traumatic past. They're at their wits' end. They're ready to, just kind of end it. And they bring them into the cult and love bomb them and give them purpose and make them feel useful and loved. And it's all great on the surface. But it doesn't take very long before they begin to manipulate the way you think about things, and they start to gaslight you, and little by little they alter the way you view situations and life until you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do, like start believing in things that your old friends are telling you is a lie. So, basic cult recruitment kind of thing.
Yeah, standard cult stuff.
Yeah.
So nothing really unique to them.
Does not seem to be.
Right.
So did they interrogate the tiger kith and by his stripes know he was clean?
No, it was a jaguar kith. He was never caught, but he was never seen again either.
But then if he knows the same tricks that Amber knows, might not have been a jaguar kid to begin with.
Yeah, that's the bitch about the nameless.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he could have been a holy diver?
Down in the midnight sea. For far, far
Yep.
too long.
Yep. Like shiny diamonds.
Ridiculous. Okay. So, the first day passes completely uneventful. As the evening draws near, you see a faint light underneath the door. And you hear footsteps as the young lady that was behind the desk kind of makes her rounds, makes sure that the windows are closed and locked, and then you hear her footsteps recede, and the heavy outer door open, close, and lock. Then, first night, you guys get a good rest in. The next morning comes, and when you guys wake up, everything is just as it was. There's no news from Amber yet, no notes under the door or anything like that. And you hear the custodian come in, open up shop, open up windows, and take their position at the desk. What do you guys do on the second day?
Did I make any note of the time she left and arrived?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I want to kind of keep track of that in the background to see how consistent she is. Just try to get as much as a routine for what's going on as possible so I can start planning my days better. But other than that, continue training Fido.
Okay, give me those animal handling. Okay, that's a success. Then Vlad, you want to do one as well? We may have lost him. Okay, we'll move on. Is Kreth doing anything specific today?
I would say if we have someone going out to Breeden, I think I'd follow them and just help them with their research.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's probably just practicing like card tricks or something in the room.
Okay.
Sorry, I was taking a leak. So Vlad does want to do another animal handling, but he's also going to suggest to the party that perhaps while we are waiting, some of us could go in the Shadow Realm and scout the city.
Hi, lad. That sounds like a good idea as it goes. I'm running out of shit to read. It's all freaking pictures and statues and shit.
I'm more than happy to tag along, especially since you need me for the spell.
We might discover valuable information or targets, or perhaps something worth looting.
Yeah, maybe there's a central bank we can get our money back for that town they destroyed.
Supposed to be laying low, laddie. I don't think a bank robbery is going to aid us with that.
We should probably keep our scouting short until we hear back from Amber, in case something has gone wrong. And
We
not all of
definitely need to leave. My God.
It might be worth finding out where all of the guards and whatnot drink. We could sort of go and sit in the corner and earwig.
And some should stay here, in case Amber returns.
I mean, if y'all get a chance, if y'all can go to the airship dock and see if they have a hydrogen refueling station, I'd really appreciate that information.
We could even perhaps sabotage a few things. Who knows what opportunities will present.
I definitely think I'd be better out there than staying here.
It'd be useful to know our way around, that's for sure.
Alaris will be like, yeah, I'll hang out here. I'll see if, we get any notes or whatever. Slid through the door.
I was going to say, I might need Alaris to take Fido for a walk to let him relieve himself in the park at night when maybe there's less people around.
Yeah. We can retcon that he did that last night.
That'd be great, because he was giving me that look.
There's still going to be dog crap in the corner, though.
A big one.
Why do you think I'm not taking my boots off?
I'm going to use the produce flame cantrip to dry that out.
That's burning dog crap in the corner.
At least it's dry now and no longer anti-sanitary.
All right, so you guys head out to scout the city, and you're looking for where they drink, where the guards drink, if there's a hydrogen refueling station, if there's a bank to be robbed, and what else?
How many of us are going?
Sounds like it's all of you guys. So Kreth, Rosie, Vlad, and Scotty. Are the animals going to come with?
Morio will come with because he hasn't taken a piss or a dump in a while. But so, question for Kreth: like I know you can take more at a larger level casting. How many of those higher level castings do you have? Like if we do this, let's say once a day, does that burn that level casting for the day and we lose the opportunity, or could you do it 2 or 3 times?
So the existing spell is a 7th level, and I can bring, including myself, or I can bring 3 people, not including myself. Higher level, at 8th level, I can bring 3 additional, so 6 total. And I can only do that once a day at a higher level.
So it's better not to burn unless we have to.
Yeah, it's better to keep that in our pocket in case we need to make a quick evac. So maybe we keep the search party a little smaller.
Yeah.
If Amber comes back in trouble and needing help, I'd rather have more than just one person back at base.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Scotty's happy to stay back.
So that would be
Just
Morio.
Just bring me something to do, lads. I'm getting fucking bored here.
So Morio, Vlad, and Mort.
Okay.
Or Rosie.
So y'all want me to tag along?
You sure that's wise?
Probably not.
If nothing else, it would introduce a certain level of surprise.
Yeah, so because here's your things. Y'all can leave me alone with the elf person at the desk without anybody supervising me, or you could take me with you.
Is there a good option there? I'm not seeing one.
I'm not either. I don't think there is one.
At least her interactions with the world would be limited in the shadow plane.
This man gets it.
Decides to jump out of the shadow plane for any reason, we can't stop her.
No, but you can't bug her off and let her face the consequences of her own actions.
Very true. I like this man's thinking.
Is there any kind of war museum or anything around?
You could certainly go looking for one, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I promise I will be on my best behavior so I can get all the information needed.
Just bring me back a bottle of something strong, lads. I'm a wee bit parched. All these dusty old books and...
The only way that would happen is if Alaris would to go out, get it, then walk it back in to the museum in front of everybody, because we can't interact and steal stuff while we're in that realm.
I'm pretty sure I have a couple bottles of the good stuff still in my bag.
I will leave me one of them and we'll be good.
Right here you go.
Look, it wouldn't be bad if we found a bar that I could take over, just, kill all the elves in it and just, set up shop.
Okay.
Rosie's where everybody is inflamed.
So, okay. So, Kreth, Vlad, Morio, and Rosie go off on their adventure while Alaris hangs back with Scotty. And Alaris is like, "Hey, Scotty, want to play Tummy Sticks?"
What's that, lad?
I don't
Did you
know.
say tummy sticks?
Yeah.
That's a new one to me as well. I've got no idea.
Watch the movie Wedding Crashers. It's never really elaborated, but you'll kind of get the hint.
Yeah, the context is enough.
Yep. Alright, so Vlad, Rosie, and Kreth, and Morio, you guys go on your little walkabout, and you do come across quite a few bars. But it's too early in the day, so you don't really see any soldiers hanging out in any of them. But you do see a few that, just knowing soldiers, especially Rosie, you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is the kind of place I would go drinking at. They'll probably come here. Like, the lower enlisted will come to this one. The non-commissioned officers will go to that one. The officers, they hang out in this bougie one over here. So you do get kind of a feel for what the nightlife would be. You don't really... you come across some banks and money changers, but they don't really seem to have a whole lot of gold on hand, per se. It's more along the lines of they collect taxes, and you can open up a savings account with them, but they don't really keep it on hand. They transport it every day, multiple times a day, to some other location. You see them coming and going with bags of gold. So they keep a little bit on hand, not much. As far as a war museum, you do come across one that's a little more military oriented. It kind of goes over the different units, and this unit won this battle during the Great War, etc., etc. It's interesting if you're into elven military history, but what exactly were you looking for in that war college?
I was just wondering if they happen to have any like decommissioned or semi-operational weaponry.
No, nothing like that.
And also look and see if they had any plans for any kind of like weapons. You know how sometimes you'll see like a schematic from an old tank that was used.
Yeah. They don't really have anything along those lines. The tanks were more... The dwarves would have something to that effect. But the elves, not really.
So basically, I can just kind of get like a feeling their general tactics used, but not so much any of the cool stuff.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you glean from it, though, is that they have always been more of a strategy and tactic-driven force. They've never really had large numbers. They've never really had force multipliers aside from they have basically had air superiority. But airships themselves, they're relatively recent. They came about maybe 50, 60 years ago. So even that is kind of a new thing. So they haven't really been battle tested that much.
They haven't figured out the whole hydrogen's a bad idea thing yet, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to kind of glean that because this lets me know all the elves I've killed going through the list and the parties killed. I'm like, okay, we put a sizable dent in their force. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, you guys have done a lot of damage to the elven military. You scout out the airship terminal next, and you don't see anything right away for replenishing hydrogen. But let's see. Give me a perception check.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, with a 21, Vlad, you definitely see this. A small airship pulls up, and Mort, you see that crew attend to the airship, but you can't really tell. You don't know if they're just like inspecting this smaller airship or tending to the crew or what they're doing. But Vlad, you do see they do actually wheeled out a dolly that doesn't really look like anything, but they do connect it to a hose, and you follow that with your eyes, and it does connect to the envelope. So you know, and you can pass on to Rosie, that they do keep hydrogen in the airship terminal. It's just they seem to do it in small amounts.
Okay. So we're going to have to get a Lars to write me a procurement order.
We'll pass that info on.
Okay. All right. Did I miss anything, or did you guys get to scout everything you wanted?
So specifically, Vlad is looking for things to sabotage, potentially plant explosives. It could be either triggered remotely or on a timer. He doesn't have anything like that, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the party could work something up. Is that a fair assumption?
Fair to say that we still have the tech that we used when we basically obliterated that other city where we've got the Channel 13 that sets the bombs off.
Technically, I never set any bombs, so...
This is true.
So you're rolling around with what, 5 or 6 of those?
Yeah. Ordnance is kind of like if it's not shotgun shells or bullets, I hardly ever use it. So I got like a stash.
Yeah. So in the airship dock specifically, is there an opportunity to plant an explosive around whatever hydrogen supply is on hand?
Yeah, so you guys go in on the shadow plane, so nobody sees you, nobody hears you, and you just kind of scout it out. And what it is it is a giant tower. It's like 12 stories tall. For the most part, it's a spiraling staircase that goes up to the top. At the top, there is a circular booth in the center with multiple different travel agents where you purchase your boarding pass to go wherever you want to go. Now, there is another door down at the bottom, and it goes into kind of like a break area for people that work there, and it has its own ladderway that goes up about 3 floors and then exits out to a exterior stairwell that cannot be accessed from the ground. You follow that up a couple of floors, you go back into the building, and every floor or so there's entrances into different storage compartments. Right about the 8th floor is where they keep these man-portable tanks with dollies of hydrogen. And there is a dumbwaiter lift in that room so that they can easily haul those hydrogen tanks up and down the tower, the last few floors. So there is a little bit of a cache there. You could absolutely plant explosives.
Vlad will suggest that to Rosie then.
Okay. Do I have time to do quick, like, room area kind of quick math in my head down and dirty to kind of estimate how big boom it would be of a big boom?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, actually, yeah, give me a intelligence check.
That's like my worst thing ever. I was hoping I could do wisdom. Because Rosie has a history of knowing boom booms. Alright.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's my worst one.
That is pretty bad. Okay, so
Can we spend a fate die on it?
yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, because this is kind of important information to know.
Roll a d6.
Not good at all.
All right, so with that 5, you kind of size up the tanks, and they're pretty thick. But you look at the shape of the room, you take that into consideration. You consider that there's like a dozen, maybe 15 tanks in here. Then there's the one that they're currently servicing a ship with. So you think 3 of those charges will be enough to take down the entire tower.
Let's just make sure we're not anywhere nearby that tower when that happens.
Because meta-wise, you and I both know.
Yeah, because, like, meta-wise, I would just set the bomb at the base of the tower, collapse the tower, and then detonate a secondary explosion once all the gas was released in the surrounding area.
Yeah.
but this is going to be far worse when it comes to concussive blast.
So,
This is-
now I will remind you before you actually plant those explosives, you have to come out of the shadow plane to plant the explosives. I don't know if Kreth can get you back in.
Well, that was my thinking. Kreth could go in, cast a higher level spell, put the explosive, cast a lower level spell, come back out, like hide it so well that they don't know the explosives are there, do a rest, get his spell slots back, and then like have this pre-planned for like a day before we go.
If it's a
Or 2
small
days before we
team,
go.
I can be. Yes.
Yeah. If that
I
makes
thought
sense.
this was more of a recon mission than actually doing anything this time.
Yeah,
out.
this is a recon mission for now. Later on, this is a set of trap mission.
Oh yeah, later on, we know
Yeah.
exactly where to put them.
Yeah. We're reconning today. We have, let's say, 2 weeks to set up traps and stuff in case things go south and we need to make a loud exit or a loud entrance.
Okay. All right. So, you guys get that all squared away. Anything else before you head back?
Is
Yeah,
there
we're-
any kind of religious order that wears robes that I might be able to wear?
So pretty much any of the clerics, they all pretty much wear robes.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking maybe if I get a robe and keep my head down, I can maybe walk around and not get too noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, with that in mind, you guys come out of the airship tower, and do you explain your idea to your friends?
Yeah, I kind of explained to maybe if we can get like some robes that we put over our head and walk with our heads down and kind of pretend like we're walking with a purpose. We can maybe interact without being in the shadow realm. Because, basically, if they just look at my feet, they may think I'm just an elf sentinel. But if they look at my face, they might know I'm human, kind of deal. Or, if it's not a guard, a normal average elf wouldn't know the difference between me and a normal elven sentinel, maybe. And kind of do that so we don't have to be so much hidden around. Maybe
Maybe
me
we
and
can find a morgue
Kraft can
and
do
you
some
could
damage.
cut some ears off of a dead elf and you stick them to your head.
Could stick him to Crest's head. Crest's on dead already anyway. Just sew him right on.
I mean, I'd be more than willing to use my medical skills to remove that elf custodian's ears and sew them on a Kraft.
If I remember right, oh, did I ever tell it to you? I made this character years ago, so honestly, I don't know if I told you, it was like supposed to have elf ear already on one side.
Perfect. He's halfway there.
I mean, you only have to have one successful surgery. I mean,
That's even better.
Either that or always look to the left.
Or if I'm rogue, someone questions me, just show one side.
All right, so you guys come out of
I
the.
kind of want to do a medicine check to see if there's like a way I could hide his stitches for a little while.
Hide his stitches? That would not really be medicine. That would be.
Disguise.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking maybe if I re-stitched him up better, Maybe use
Might be
some-
worth having a word with Amber about when she's feeling more herself. I mean, she's the seamstress.
What was that?
I was just saying that could have just been an unfortunate elf and a bad accident and I had to get stitches.
That's true, but the whole undead-looking flesh might be a giveaway.
Smells
Just real
certainly would.
pale. Elves are pretty pale. It's fine.
It's more the maggots and the green pus, my friend.
The stench.
I forgot those as far as I know.
6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. So, all right.
As he says that, like a maggot crawls out of his eye and goes down his cheek.
Right. Oh, that's where I put that. Snack. All right, so you guys come out of the airship terminal, and you do look for a hospital, and you do find one where there, and it is a religious hospital. It's set up to Merilith, the Veiled Pardoner, who is essentially the deity of mercy and forgiveness. So this hospital is painted like a pale lavender. It's a very soothing shade of lavender. It's not galling or anything like that. And you do find that the personnel inside, there's both religious and medical. The medical are walking around in scrubs and lab coats and whatnot, but there are plenty of religious personnel in robes. And you follow them, and you find the main chapel inside the hospital, then you find the dressing room in the back, and there are some robes that you could grab. But again, you will have to depart the shadow plane to interact with them.
So, Craig, you want to hop out still and hop back in real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do that then.
Okay. How many do you take?
How many were we wanting for the party? Of course, I guess we don't want to make it obvious.
Okay, so there are 3 there.
3 there?
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 weeks. How do we feel about me just like taking 1 for now?
I was going to say, if you want to wait, we can check and see if there's any dirty ones in the laundry room. Take them and launder them.
How are we going to launder them?
We send them out. I don't know. Call a dry cleaner. I don't know.
Bathroom sink.
I have prestidigitation. I'm not sure if
That does clean clothes, actually.
Yeah.
That does everything, from what I understand. Firework display, clean clothes, you name it.
The one time it actually will come in handy is the one time we need to do a robbery.
Right? Okay, so you just take 1?
Is that what we're doing before I pop out? Or?
I mean, if you steal one, you could put one on and see if you know you're not getting caught, and then if they start chasing you, you can run around a corner and pop back in.
Yeah, you're right. Sure.
And if they don't notice you, you can just, not have to waste a spell slot, and you can take other things like some medical stuff you might see laying around.
I mean, I have good charisma, deception, intimidation, and stealth.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So can I, before he does that, can I give him like a lowdown of like medical knowledge, like quick, like, hey, this is some stuff that I can use to do like help and hurt. Like, here's a list of stuff I need.
Give me a medicine check, both of you. I can roll it for you, Kreth, since you're on your phone.
I can roll in.
Oh, okay.
So Roll20 doesn't work, but D&D Beyond does work on phone.
Oh, okay,
I was
cool.
going to say you can also download a dice thing on your phone too.
Yeah,
I did that for the longest time.
So I got an 18 on my medical.
okay. All right. So, Rosie, with that 32, you give him a comprehensive list of all kinds of things that you could use. Morphine, syringes, plastic tubing, IV bags, the whole gamut. You write it all down.
Yeah, I'm going to prioritize in order, morphine, syringes, tubing, and then knock out sleepy time stuff.
Yeah, a little nitrous oxide. Why not?
Yeah, nitrous oxide, ether. It burns. It puts people to sleep.
Okay. Yep. And Kreth, with your 18, you do find. Let's see. You find 2 morphine auto injectors. You find 3 gauze. A handful of tubing. We'll say about 5 feet worth of tubing. But that's really just about it. You don't really find anything beyond that.
At that point, I will give myself bardic inspiration before heading out and try to find other uniforms.
Okay. Let's see. Give me a performance check.
Performance. Probably one of my worst charisma-based skills.
The only bard who can't perform.
17.
17? Okay.
Yep.
That's good enough. Yeah. So nobody really pays any attention to you. As you walk by a door and you hear little monitors beeping and the whirring of some air-driven machine. And you hear a nurse from inside kind of call to you and be like, excuse me, cleric. And you just kind of ignore her and keep walking. And whatever she's doing in there, her hands must be too busy because she doesn't pursue. But you do come across a laundry cart that does have another, another 3 uniforms. They are soiled, however.
I'll be fine. I'll take them anyway.
Okay. All right. Anything else before you leave the hospital?
Can I check and see if there's anything in the basement before we go?
Sure. The only thing that's in the basement is the morgue, however.
Ah, more parts.
Perhaps we should arrange some of the bodies as if they are playing poker to fuck with people.
I like the way you think.
Okay, yeah, you guys, you seriously want to drop out of the Shadow Realm to do that?
Oh, we will watch Kreth do it.
I was going to say, if there's a gurney in a body bag, you can just zip some of us up in a body bag and push us out.
If it wasn't so much of a drain on the spell casting, this would be the perfect thing to be doing late at night. The night watch is on.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. We'll cancel that one in for next time.
You'll just pop out of the shadow realm, throw your body bags, throw you in the back, roll you back to bring it.
Throw a bedpan across the room so it makes a big clang and makes them come in. And they just see everybody sitting around the table.
I was going to say, it might make a good idea if we start stealing stuff to do that. Just take a body bag and a gurney and just stuff the body bag full. People won't stop to look and see what's in the body bag, especially if we make it stink.
Just roll it down the sidewalk.
Roll it back to the museum. No one will think twice.
No one will think twice.
Bring out your dad. We're taking you to the museum. Bring out.
Yeah, he'll just ring a bell, go and bring out your dad. Bring out your dad.
He's,
Get on the car. You're not fooling any.
Uncle Bob just really loved the museum, and I think he would want to see it one last time. Shit.
Can you
I was
imagine
just
the look on
delivering
the
a
night
mummy
watch
for
as
one
you
of the
pull up?
displays.
All right, so you guys finish up at the hospital, and you head back to the museum now, or?
Yeah, I'm not going to go see if there's any horses and carts around.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next day or two we can scout the palace, but I don't think we need to do it all in one day.
Okay. All right. Scotty.
My lad.
While you and Olaris are hanging out in the museum, you hear like the pitter-patter of and the jovial BSing of little kids throughout the day, as if there's some kind of like field trip that comes to the museum. And the door handle rattles, but the door's locked. It won't open. So you know it's just some little booger blaster trying to go where they're not supposed to. But otherwise, it's pretty much uneventful. Then, late afternoon, a letter slides in under the door. And
Here, lad. Looks like we got something.
oh shit! Yeah, look at that. Lars bends down, picks it up, and opens it up. He says, "Yeah, you know, I never actually learned how to read." And he hands it to you.
Aye, but you're very good at opening envelopes, and that's always a useful skill to have.
Real good at forgery
He's our
too.
forger, but he can't read.
Oh, forgery's just drawing pictures.
That's right. He can stick figure
Yeah,
like
but he
a
has to
son
know
bitch.
what he's writing when he forges the letter.
So he hands the letter over to you, mostly because he doesn't actually want to read it. and it says, "Come to the royal palace at sundown."
Here, lad. We're on. Sundown at the palace.
Oh, that's about damn time. And that's about when the rest of the party gets back. Do you guys?
She was gonna ask, would we have happened to see her on the day?
No.
The
No.
two or three? All right.
Yeah, you guys didn't see, like, as you're walking towards the museum, you saw, like, school kids and their teacher leaving. And, you know, there's plenty of foot traffic. It is a busy city. So nothing really looked out of the ordinary. You didn't see Amber. You didn't see Ravina. Just elves all over the place.
See,
Even
if
if
I
you did
would have
see
had a
her, would you
robe,
have
I'd have
known?
tricked one of those kids.
Do what?
If I had been wearing a robe, I'd have tricked one of those kids.
I'm glad I was the only one with a robe then.
Rosie's a dick.
Rosie's going more and more insane, so...
Yep. All right. So you guys get back to the room. I assume you pop out of the shadow plane, and Scotty fills you in. Then,
Lads, whatever we're going to be doing, we're going to have... Whatever you need to do it quick, because we've got some fun to be had this evening.
Well,
It's going to be difficult considering I've already used my plane shift.
you're going to need to take a rest, if possible, and...
You just used the level 7, not the level 8, right?
No, just the level 8, not the level 7.
Yeah. So,
Unless pets, I don't know if pets count for the plane shifting.
They do.
I'm just wondering how long. I'm just wondering how long it takes. How long we are away from 8 hours, and if you're needed to go to the castle, maybe it's just a rendezvous to talk to one person to give some information.
You guys have about 2 hours before sundown.
Well, I have a total of 4 priest outfits, cleric outfits.
So, you want to press a digitation them and get them clean.
And I'd do that right away.
Right. And Alaris is like, you don't have to worry about me. I'm good. I don't need a robe or anything.
Part of me is considering seeing if Fido could wear a robe.
I hope those robes have got hoods, because I'm going to need to hide these horns.
They are.
You might have to be one of them going.
I pull out an angle grinder and go, I can do surgery.
I pull out my fist and go, I can yank wires. You remember that tank in the cave, lad?
Rosie wasn't there then.
Wasn't she?
That's true. That's true.
How long ago now? I can't remember.
I thought you were either right before or right after.
Right before, then y'all, we ran into the cave, and then we almost got killed, and then Morton did get killed, then Rosie showed up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so, yeah, the robes are hooded. Everybody that's going to use a robe as opposed to like the shadow plane, what have you, give me a deception check.
I feel like I should the robe just because I'm good at deception.
Oh, bloody hell.
Who wants to use the shadow plane? Because I can send people there. Well, I can send people there and then pop out of me. Yes, but
It looks like Vlad's gonna need the shadow plane.
Yep. His tail is sticking out from the back of the robe. It's obvious.
Apparently, I got good at lying somewhere along the way.
No, the robe just fits you like a glove. It's perfect.
Yeah. So, that morphine I have, is it enough to, say, render somebody unconscious? Like if I jab them with both of them?
There's a lot of factors. They will get a constitution save. If they fail, they will be unconscious.
Okay, I'm going to take a piece of gauze and like wrap them together and put them in my pocket so if I have to, I can quickly jab somebody with them.
Okay. Scotty and Kreth, what did you guys get for your deceptions?
Rolled it, yeah.
I got a 26.
Nice.
I have a plus 14. He's going to the shadow, right?
Okay,
That's
yeah.
why Kreth is my lawyer.
Hulking great barbarian with horns. I'm a little bit difficult to disguise.
Yeah, a little bit in the town of Bell.
Yep, the hood just does not even reach the horns to cover them. So. All right.
So should I try putting a robe on Fido?
If that's what you want to do, give me...
No, it was just being funny. He can take the shadow realm and walk.
Okay. I was going to say, give me a deception check with disadvantage, minus
My
10.
animal handling would come in play, I would think.
No. To try to make a cybernetic wolf look like a cleric? Come on.
Teach you to walk on his hind legs real quick. You'll be okay.
I love the creativity, but no.
Also, just if we end up meeting up with anyone that isn't, I feel like I should be the one to. Because I don't feel comfortable about this meetup letter.
Yeah, me either. Maybe the ranger can look like a shrub or something, and we can get some eyes on.
I can do. Let me look at it real quick. I got a new skill at level 15, Vanish, which is using the hide action as a bonus. Can't be tracked unless I choose to, but it doesn't say anything about movement, so that might be a DM call.
Yeah, hiding basically entails staying still somewhere.
Yeah.
So
if Fido uses the restroom in the Shadow Realm, drops a deuce, when he comes out, does the deuce come out wherever he left it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to instruct him while he's in there to take a deuce. But I'm going to tell him to do it, someplace funny. You're doing that whole, trick where I can meld my mind with his with the wiring.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, if we can only take 3, then Morio will just stay back.
Okay. I don't think that's really necessary. So Vlad and Scotty are going to be on the Shadow Plane. Kreth and Rosie are going with robes. Alaris is an Elven Sentinel, so he doesn't need anything. But there's still 2 more robes, even if he wanted to. So Morio and Fido could both go on the Shadow Plane with Vlad and Scotty.
Cool.
We should definitely tell Morio to take a dump and bury it somewhere awesome.
Or spray the curtains.
Yeah, that.
All right.
What is that awful scent?
Smells like ammonia. Is that glass cleaner?
Ammonia, you say? I'm going to need to get some jars.
Oh my god. Here we go. Got Professor White over here.
Come out with some brand new blue.
Yep. All right. So, you guys get all set up. Kreth sends Vlad, Scotty, Morio, and Fido onto the Shadow Plane. While he and Rosie don their robes, you guys head out and you start to make your way towards this central spire. And again, it is a busy city. There are elves all over the place. There's crowded streets. As the sun starts to go down, it washes everything in orange. And all of the glass in the cityscape, all of the brass, all of the moonstone-colored marble, and the black iron mixed with this gorgeous orange sunset. It's a breathtaking image. There's very, very little that really compares with how vivid and just almost calming and awe-inspiring it really is as the sun begins to set. It almost looks, especially for Rosie, because this is kind of what she wants anyway. And Vlad and Scotty, you guys kind of miss out on this because you're on the Shadow Plane and everything is kind of muted and gray. But for Kreth, Rosie, and Alaris, it almost looks like the city is on fire because everything is reflecting this orange sunset hue. And you guys make your way through the crowd. You head towards the central spire. And you come up to the outskirts of it. And the door is unlocked. So we got... let's see. There we go. Alaris reaches out. He grabs hold of the door handle. And he turns it and pushes. The door opens easily. And the first three step in. And you guys look around. And it is beautifully appointed. And there isn't a soul in sight. This is clearly a waiting chamber. So those that are waiting to plead their case with the queen or seeks an audience, what have you, this is where they would gather. And you see signs for public restrooms. You got ladies to the right and men to the left. Pretty much standard there. Off on the far side, you do see stairs that head up the tower, and they are roped off. They say no admittance. Then Alaris leads you guys towards the next door, and again, he checks the handle. It's unlocked. He turns. He pushes it in. And he steps in. And Queen Ravina is sitting on the throne, on the dais. And she looks at the three of you and smiles. Then Vlad, Scotty, Morio, and Fido, when you guys come in, you're instantly shunted into the physical. And the door slams shut behind you. And a bunch of these elven commandos and Sentinel 2s step out from around the pillars, guns pointed right at you guys. And Queen Ravina just stands up and slowly applauds and laughs. And we're going to take our break.
And we're soaring